I am often contacted by people that need to move their elderly loved ones, and they're feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and just maxed out. The process can take longer than what people realize because oftentimes that loved one is just not on board with this process. So today I wanted to talk to you about the top 3 things that I have seen work very well when you are about to make this transition. Number 1, start this conversation early. I know this can be a hard conversation to start, but because many people move to Scottsdale to retire, oftentimes family is not living here with them full time. Because so many people move to Scottsdale to retire, oftentimes family doesn't live in the same city. So it's even more critical to have this conversation and just start it. That's it, just start it. My personal experience about family not living here comes twofold. 1, the family either comes to visit so often that they end up buying their own second home, or they end up moving here. They usually always end up here in Scottsdale because it's such a great place to live. So in your conversation, here are the things. When your parent get older, does it look like them downsizing their home? Does it look like them moving in with you? Or maybe it looks like moving into an independent living facility. Remember, no decision has to be made. It's just starting the conversation. What I have seen personally from my clients is that when they move here, they usually buy a home that's just a little bit smaller than the home that they had wherever they're coming from, because their kids have all grown up, they're out of the house, but now they have their own families. And so family and friends then come to visit, so they still have to have a little bit of space, but they don't usually buy the same size home. They then move down in size with their home because one of 2 things happens. Either their kids then move here and so they have their own house, they don't need space for them anymore, or their kids then buy a second home here because they love it that much as well. I swear, there's just something about Scottsdale. Once people come and visit, they just don't want to leave. I have also seen people move to Scottsdale to buy something, small, because they're just using it as a second home and they just need maybe 1 extra bedroom, maybe 2, for their friends to come and visit. Well, this is what I tell them every single time. When your friends find out that you have a second home in Scottsdale, they will multiply by 10. It happens every time. I don't know what it is, it just does. And inevitably, I then get the call within a year or 2 that they then need to move their home up in size because they have so many friends that are visiting, they can't fit them all. I talk about buying a second home in another video. You can check that out. With either of these scenarios, it's just good to know what your loved one would like to do when they get a little bit older and they can't take care of their home anymore. Whether that means, again, downsizing and having less maintenance on their home, whether that means moving in with you, having someone move in with them, or moving to an independent living facility. Great to just have that conversation so that you can all be prepared when the time comes. Number 2, after you've had that conversation, if an independent living facility is one of the plans, it's great to go and visit them. We have several in Scottsdale and they are beautiful. They're really like resorts. It's amazing. Now, it is best to go and visit those facilities with your loved one, but if they just can't get on board with it yet, go take a tour yourself. Learn what they're all about and what their requirements are. Each one has a different requirement, so it's good for you to understand what the ownership looks like as well as the requirements for your loved one to potentially move in there. Like I said, these places are unbelievably beautiful. They have amenities for everyone and activities for everyone. If you like mahjong, bridge, pinochle, whatever it is, they've got it for you. Happy hours, they've got them. They're so fun. And the restaurants, they're beautiful. It's like being in Vegas. One of them, literally, when I walk in, I feel like I'm at the Bellagio. The food is amazing. I've eaten at just about every single one of them, so I have personal experience. It's so good. Now, it's good to note that these facilities are affiliated with hospitals, so should your loved one need that care, it is immediate. There's no reason for you to wait for any of that care. So it's good to note that many of these facilities are affiliated with a hospital, but the really big piece to note is the memory care piece. If you think your loved one is going to need memory care, it is critical for you to get them into one of these facilities before their memory gets too bad. They will have to pass a memory test, and if they don't, they will not be admitted. So if they need memory care, once they're in, they will have it, but when they're admitted initially, they will have to pass a memory test. So again, just something to know for the future. Number 3, get help. So Moving on your own is stressful enough. Now try moving a loved one in a situation where the loved one might not really want to move. Whether that's moving in with you, getting someone to come in, moving down to a smaller place, or into an independent living facility, it's often a very stressful move, higher than other times that they've moved because it's been their choice. This time, it's usually not their choice. At this point, they're now having to go through all of their belongings, decide what they keep, what they give away, and what they get rid of. It's a very emotional time. I have seen tears, I have seen hugs, I have seen every single emotion as they go through this, and you need help. Taking this on as the family member alone is a Herculean task. So I implore you, get help. I have a great resource for people that can come in and help with this specific situation. They are highly skilled in it, highly skilled. So working with a senior move manager can be a make or break deal with this. They are highly skilled. I have one personally that I have worked with. They are phenomenal at dealing with this specific situation. They deal with them with care, with ease, and they are so, so helpful. This is also when working with an experienced real estate agent who has dealt with this specific clientele can also be such a benefit to you. I have worked with many families in this specific situation over my years in the real estate business. I have also spoken at Sagewood to help people that are thinking about moving in there understand what the real estate market looks like and what they can expect. I can tell you I have seen it all. I have seen tears all the way to great big hugs. I have literally helped my clients through each one of these transitions, whether it be moving down to a smaller house. I have literally helped one of my clients 5 times go through the same exact process, moving in with a family member, or moving into an independent living facility. I've done it all. What I can tell you is that after about 2 weeks, they all say the same thing. I wish I had done this sooner. So to the family, this is what I can tell you. Hang in there. It does get better. And with help, it's a really, really great transition. Honoring those elderly family members, being able to sit there and listen to the stories that they have is an absolute joy to me. I learn so much from them every single time I do this. Being part of that team with the family to be that extra set of ears. And let me give you an example of what I mean by that. I literally have a client that when his wife passed, I helped him sell his house that he had on 2.5 acres and move him into a smaller townhome. It was upstairs. We had that conversation before he bought, but he moved into it anyway. He then, with family, decided that it was time for him to move into a new house with a family member so that he was no longer alone. I don't know why, but he told me over his family, he said to me, Shawn, I cannot do these stairs anymore. I then reached out to his family and told them that. He would not have said this to them. They then knew that they needed to step in a little bit sooner and get him moved a little bit more quickly. And for that, I am so grateful. They listened, I listened, and we worked as a team and it was seamless. He is now in his new home and so happy. I have a great deal of experience helping the elderly move from one house to the other or into an independent living facility. I've got a great team behind me that can help you too. If you've got any questions for me, please feel free, reach out, type a chat below, call me, text me. I'm here to help. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.